I'm Sunita, lecturer of Veerashaiva College, Department Computer Science, PV Sangha, Ballari. Today I'm going to explain the topic named as filters. A filter is a computer program to process a data stream. Unix is rich with filter programs. Filter commands accept some data as input, perform some manipulation on it, and produces some output. As they perform filtering action on the data, they are appropriately called filters. A common use of filters is to modify output, just as a command filter, which removes the unwanted items. Unix filters can restrict output. There are many commands which we are going to study in the filters. As you can see on the screen, a simple filter of the system commands which accepts a data from the standard input and manipulate it and then gives you the result to the standard output. Filters are the Unix toolkit and each filter performs some simple action, some of the filter commands. So here one of the command is PR command, which is called as paginating files. The PR command prepares a file for printing by adding suitable headers, footers, and formatting text. A simple invocation of the command is used it with a file name as an argument. Here you can see on in case of example what I have taken. My file name is department.list and I am using it with PR command. And when I execute this command, it's going to show you the 6 lines. As you can see, these 6 lines are the original contents of department.lists. The PR adds 5 lines of the margin at the top and 5 at the bottom. So you can see this. I have the lower portion of the page has not been shown in this example. The header shows the date and time of the last modification of the file along with the file name and the page number. You can see in the example the header is giving you date, which is nothing but the last modification date and the modification time. The last modification date was May 6th and the time was 10. This is how you can use the PR command, and there are some options. And as you can see on the screen, here PR command is used with K option, where K is integer and it prints in K columns. If a program outputs a series of 20 numbers, one in each line, then this option can make good use of the screen's empty space. Use -T option to suppress the header and the footers. Now see the example. I'm using this PR command to add a file by name a.out, and this you can see the pipe which is called as delimiter. Filter command expects the field to be separated by this delimiter, and the PR command and this -T will suppress the header and the footer, and this 5 is nothing but the K option, which is an integer. Okay, now see the output, which is a series of numbers, and they are separated by 5 columns. They are separated by delimiter, and how many columns I have used as an option? 5. So this is an example you can see. So usually if you are not using the -T option, then you can have a header of your choice. with the -h option. This option is followed by the header strings. There are some more options that programmer will find useful, and these are the options like H, D. Uh, these are nothing but the header options which are use which are of your choice, like head D, H, D, N, then O, N, L plus N, where head H will give you the header of your choice, and D will give you the double space input and reduces the clutter, and N will give you the number of lines which helps you in debugging the code, and ON stands for offset lines by N space and increases the left margin of the pages. Now L sets the page length, and N will give you the specific page number which you can use with the paginating file. Now you can see head is used to display the beginning of the file. So here head command displays the top of the file when it is used without an option. It displays the first 10 lines of a file. So as you can see in the example, head and the file name is employee.list. So it is going to show you the first 10 lines because I didn't use any options which are available with the head command. So by default it's going to show you first 10 lines. So if I use an option to specify the line count, as I don't want 10 lines, I want only few lines. So I can use an option to specify the line counts, and it displays, suppose if I want to display 3 lines, so I can use the n option. As you can see in the example, head -n and number is nothing but your line count. I want to display the first 3 lines of the file. So 3, and what is my file name? Employee.list. It's going to show you the contents first 3 lines, and in this file all the outputs are separated by delimiters which is having the fields. So this is how I can use an n options, and head can be also be used in an imaginative ways. Next is tail command. Tail will display the end of the displays the end of the file. It provides an additional method of addressing lines like head. It displays the last 10 lines by default. The last 3 lines are displayed in this way. As you can see here, I've taken an example that is nothing but tail command, and I've used option N. And what is my line count? 3. And what is the file name? Employee.list. So here the last 3 lines will be displayed if I use this command tail with the N option. You can also address lines from the beginning of a file instead of end. So the plus count option will allow you to do that, where count represents the line number from where the selection should begin. See here the example, tail will give you the end of the file, but plus 11 is nothing but the count option, and plus stands for the count option, and from where it should begins from 11th line onwards. So from the 11th line onwards in the file, the name as employee.list, it's going to display the contents. The tail option has more option than head, and it can also extract in units of bytes rather than lines. So what are the option? -f, which will monitor the file growth, C, which will extract the bytes rather than lines. So that was all about tail command. Now let us move to the cut command. This is also a filter command. Command extracts vertical portion of a file. And what is the syntax? How to use it? So here you can see cut option file name. So cut command is used to extract a vertical portion of a file. It can be used to cut either columns or fields. So some of the options which you can use in cut commands are C, D and F. The hyphen C, D and F are the options. So what is the purpose of these options? So hyphen C is used to cut columns. Ranges are also permitted and commas are used to separate the column chunks. Now hyphen D, it is used to specify the delimiter which is used in the file. Next is hyphen F. It is used to extract fields rather than columns. It has to be used with the hyphen D options. So these are the options which are available in the cut command. Now here is the example for the cut command. So you can see on the screen this cut command. You can see, and this C will give you what? The number of columns. So what is the number I am using? It is 6 to 22. The other one is 24 to 32 is the ranges I am using on the student list file. And the head command will give you the first 3 lines of the student lists. So you can see by using this command I've got the output as Amit Kumar BCA, Rajni Ram BSc and Lalit BSc. So cut command will extract the columns from 6 to 22. Nothing but the student's name field begins from column 6 and goes up to 22nd column, and the column from 24 to 32 will give you the student's course. This is an example of cut command. Second example for the cut command, here I have used the delimiter, nothing but hyphen D, which is used to specify the delimiter, and on the file name called student.list, and it is going, F will give you the fields and the tail will display the last contents of the student.list file, and the number is last 4 lines. So you can see what is that. I have got the output, the name of the students, last 4 students names, Tom, Sam, Jack, Pat, and their numbers, nothing but the total marks, how much the marks they have scored. So this is the output, and by using this command we can extract the second field and the sixth field from the student dot list. As you can see with the field I have used 2, 6, nothing but second field and sixth field. The only the last 4 records are displayed as cut command is piped with tail command. Piped is nothing but the delimiter. This is all about the cut command. Now let us move to the paste command. Paste command will display the files horizontally. Now what is the syntax? As you can see, paste option file 1 and file 2. To use this command we require 2 files. So paste command has combines files horizontally. If you have 2 files, it would display the first file in the left column and the second file in the second column. The paste command has 3 main functions. The first one is combines file horizontally side by side columns. Means each file is placed in column on the output. It may also be used to take multiple files for input and generate one long series of line as or line of output. So it produces multi-columnar output. And the third one is function removes all new lines from all files, creating one long line of output. So here we can also use some of the options with paste command. What are those? -d and -s. So what is the purpose of these options? The D option will allow you to define what character you want to use to separate columns of output. And suppose if you don't specify a list, the output columns are displayed immediately next to each other. And if D is not specified, a tab character separates all column. The next option is S. This -S will concatenate all the lines of input file in command line order. The new line character of every line except the last line in the input file will be replaced with the tab character or the delimiter specified by -d options. Now here is an example for paste command. As you can see, I've used two files. One is student.list and the other is cut.list, and I've used the commands for these two files. Command I've used cut. This cut will give you the field 1 and 2 fields from the student.list, and head will give you the contents of the file, first three contents of the file, and then it is pasted to the cut.list file. Okay, you can see the first three lines, nothing but the student details. You can see the course what they have taken and they belongs to which stream. All these are given here. So, and I've chosen first field and the fourth field of the student dot lists, and this is the first three lines of the student dot list file, which is pasted in cut.list. Nothing but the contents of the file have been placed horizontally, and the contents are separate pasted by the paste command. This is about the paste command. Sort command. Sort command is used to sort the file. Syntax of this sort command: sort option file name. The sort command arranges the data in ascending or descending sequence. Like cut, it identifies fields and can sort on specified fields. By default, sort reorders lines in ASCII collating sequence. White space first, then numbers, then uppercase letters, and finally lowercase letters. Sorting can also be performed on multiple fields, and some of the options which are used with sortings are T, -U, N, R, F, -M, dot list, -C. These are the options which are used with sort command. Now let us learn what are the purpose of these options. -T. -T is used to specify delimiter character, and this -U will give you the will just remove the repeated lines after sorting in the file. The next is N. The -N is used to sort the file numerically. Then -R. It just reverses the sorted order of the file. The next is -F. It is used to perform case insensitive sort. Then -M list will merges the sorted files in the list. Then C will check if a file is sorted or not. These are the examples, these are the options which can be used with the sort command. Sort student.list. So I'm trying to sort the student.list files. And here I've shown only the first 3 lines of output of the student.list file. But the entire line is sorted as no options are given with the command. Now, second example, you can see here I've used the option T. Option T, what is the purpose of option T? It is used to specify delimiters, characters. That is the option which I've used with the sort command. And +1. What is this argument? It indicates the sorting should start after skipping the first field. So it's going to sort the second column, nothing but the student name. Student name is going to be sorted. As you can see, it is in the sorted order, alphabetical order. So this is all about the sort command. Sort is used to sort the on a files. So now let us